After leaving a corporate role during COVID, he set out to build passive income and has since grown a portfolio of around 50 high-end HMO and flat units. Although based in the southeast, he invests in the Midlands and has scaled through strong systems and remote teams. Rhett has invested in extensive training across HMOs, title splitting, lease options, service accommodation and mindset. With a background in IT and coaching, he helps Property Filter members achieve stronger results and has trained alongside leading names including Simon Zucci, Saj Hussain and Rob Moore. He now works in joint ventures and with angel investors on developments sourced through Property Filter. Starting as a client, he is now a regular host, often joining from live building sites as he continues to expand his entrepreneurial journey. Please can we give a warm virtual welcome to Rhett Brewer.
Katie, hi, great to see you. Great to see everyone. Amazing lineup. Many people I've studied with, Kevin Whelan, I have looked at the whole SaaS platform as well. So, great to see everyone.
Amazing. It's great to have you here. I will now hand over to you. Enjoy the rest of the session.
Great, will do. So, amazing lineup, guys. Powerful stuff. So, Property Filter, what's it all about ultimately, and how does it help? And really, in a nutshell, I'd say that we'll be looking today at how our platform can help you make £30,000 in property in 90 days. And just to put this in perspective, last year alone, over 3,200 property offers were accepted using Property Filter. An example will be Matt, and I know this sounds crazy, but Matt was sitting where you're sitting this time last year. He signed up to a year of Property Filter on a webinar just like this, and within 3 months, made £70,000 on his first deal in central London, despite the fact that there are no deals available in London, right? I know Matt personally, we've worked together. It's pretty amazing what he's managed to achieve. And on his third December deal in London, Matt actually saved £125,000 on one of the deals that he found through Property Filter alone. So Katie very kindly gave me a little bit of an intro in terms of my background, but just to recap, I started myself very normal corporate background, and I had no units, and I've gone from 0 to 47 units in about an 18-month span. This past 12 months alone, I have added actually about 18 additional units, and these are deals that I'm finding, guess where? In Property Filter. So I've done flats, HMOs, blocks of flats, lease options, BRR, complex refurbs, and I'm mainly a Property Filter, the person that helps people to really understand how it works and how to get what they want, right? So 5,000 hours or so of coaching Property Filter members on how to do more than 10,000 deals that they've done in the past couple of years. Property Filter itself is the highest rated platform in the UK. So there's nothing really that compares, and it's basically because it's the largest database of property, residentially, commercially. You've got the equivalent of 30 different data sources, and the support is really exceptional. It's endorsed by all the leading voices in the UK, of course, including Simon, and many of the speakers that you're going to hear from today. And it's trusted by over 1,800 members, active property investors, and we've been very blessed to have won PropTech Company of the Year 4 times. So, it's been quite a rapid journey since I joined a couple of years ago as a client. Now, in terms of what do we mean? 3,200 offers accepted in the last 12 months alone. Well, people love Property Filter because it's the only system that gets them results. So we've seen more than 3,200 offers accepted But, really, these are below market value deals, many of them money in, money out deals, many direct to vendors. So, it's powerful stuff, AI, algorithms, and it gives them the results because Guillaume, the founder, and all of us in the team have been to Mastermind Accelerator. So we've actually built a deal-making software on top of deal-making principles that Simon himself has been teaching for more than 20 years. So in other words, it's built on the very principles that has made Simon successful. But most importantly, when you really get into the nitty-gritty, so what's it all about? We have the largest database of residential property in the UK. It's larger than Rightmove itself. And we sieve through more than 100 million deal-making data points daily. So whether you're targeting on-market or off-market, residential or commercial, working with agents or reaching out directly to vendors, we know things that no one else has access to. And we know these things because we sit on more data than all of the other portals and have a community of more than 1,800 investors doing deals every day on the platform. We know what the strategies are that are working in your area right now and the ones that aren't. We know where to find all the deals in seconds rather than days, months, years. And when you join, you can actually know it too, and then really understand what all the fuss is about. So I just humbly ask you to pay attention for a few minutes. And of course, make sure as you're following, take notes if you like. And most importantly, what Property Filter can provide is life-changing results in property. And these are things we don't normally share outside of Mastermind and the Property Filter community. So making £30,000 in property in 90 days. How does that work? So in the next 25 minutes or so, I'm going to show you how the savviest, most active, and successful investors find the best deals in their areas in less time than it takes to make a cup of tea. And today, you will learn a couple of very important tips. And these are secret tips, things that we don't normally share outside of Mastermind Accelerator. Cheat code number 1, how to find the needle in the haystack and identify sellers ready to accept 15% or more discounts off of the asking price of their properties. Cheat code number 2, what if you could take any portal listing on Rightmove, for example, and convert that into a confidential report, giving you confidence that a deal is actually a deal? And then cheat code number 3, how to have your phone buzzing with direct-to-vendor calls daily. So in other words, having the vendors coming to you. So cheat code number 1, how to find those motivated sellers willing to accept far below the asking price of their properties. Let's go find some deals. So this is Property Filter. And again, 30 different data sources all in one place. It's, of course, the equivalent to places like Rightmove, Zoopla, On the Market, Prime Location, Purple Bricks, etc. But it's the algorithms and AI that make it so powerful. And what do we mean by that? So let's say, for example, if we were looking at an area like Newcastle, so we then just put the name of the city or town into the smart search. You can also use postcode districts if you're very specific. And since this captures quite a large area, I'm going to use the draw an area tool to get more specific. So we do like that. This is fully customizable, and you can really get into exactly the area that you personally want. So once we have the area defined and we click View Properties, we then start getting a lot of information through, but most importantly, up top, these buttons together are called the Motivated Seller banner. So in other words, rather than having to go scroll through tons of different data, Property Filters captured all of it. And we know that there are 2,600 properties roughly available in that area of every kind. But out of those, Property Filter has done the work for you and identified the most motivated vendors where they've had trouble selling. Their properties have come back to the market, for example, and been reduced in price at the same time. Now, just to illustrate how powerful this is further, because we haven't even really seen why Property Filter is called Property Filter, it's the unparalleled filtering ability where, for example, out of the box, you have templates that will help you to find exactly what you personally are looking for, and they're fully customizable. For this particular walkthrough, I'm just going to use the 20% below market value template. I mean, how easy is that? And let's say, for example, you personally are only looking for houses that happen to be freehold in tenure. And let's say you also are trying to keep it simple and maybe skipping past the auction listings. So in other words, we've got a classic search, houses that are freehold, 20% below market value. Once I hit confirm, we then have reduced that volume of properties down to 166 properties that fit our criteria. And then of those, we have the 11 gold nuggets, the back and reduced ones, the most motivated vendors in town. And for example, if we go through this particular place, we know that they've been trying to sell this since December 2023, which suddenly sounds like a long time ago. Back on the market 210 days ago, they lowered the price some time ago by 38%, and they're selling it for an asking price of $75,000, right? And to really clarify why this is also powerful, just to put this in perspective, they are selling this place for 45% less than other properties in the area. And they have their own Black Friday special offer where they're willing to part with this place for 9% less than they actually paid for the property. And if I click on this and go to the details, then we start getting a lot of information through, including this price and status history, which is really the thing that caught my attention as an investor myself when I first saw it, because it gives you the story in a box. So they bought this in 2007 for $82,000. They put it on the market in 2023 for $120,000, as you would expect. Then they lowered the price a number of times. They took it off the market, put it on the market. They have had 2 offers accepted, and both of those buyers pulled out of their sales. And the place has recently come back onto the market in June and has sat on the open market ever since, and with an asking price of $75,000, right? So all of that is hidden information that you would normally never have. And let's say, depending on your strategy and what you're looking to do, Property Filter does all the due diligence for you, things like EPCs. It'll check for you, if you're interested in things like HMOs, whether a property is in an Article 4 area, and it's not. So in other words, it could be converted into an HMO. And if you were wondering really, well, how much are other houses going for in the area? So the market live data here confirms that as far as the NE8 postcode district, 2-bed houses across the entire market, they on average are being sold for $133,000, right? So in other words, you have a house that could be worth $133,000 that is being offered for $75,000. And how long did it take us to find that deal, right? So, I mean, that is, in a very quick nutshell, our cheat code number 1, just so that you understand why I started using Property Filter, and then why so many people are using Property Filter. So can you see how easy it is to go straight to the motivated sellers? And ultimately, I mean, once once you're an insider and you see what's possible, you'll just want to stop scrolling through the portals and randomly booking viewings and running around like a headless chicken, trying to make progress in your property career, but really just wasting time. And with Property Filter, you get 85% of your time back. So just to put this in perspective, if Property Filter was just doing this one thing for you, you could do 10 times fewer viewings, so wasted time, and do 10 times more deals in that time. And it's the difference between those who do exhaust themselves trying and those who actually get ahead. Phil. So Phil Bygrave, he's one of Simon's masterminders. He's done 60 plus HMO conversions. And guess what? He finds them on Property Filter, just like I do. Okay, so cheat code number 2. So how to turn any portal listing into a confidential report, just like you were MI6. So that you have the confidence then to know that a deal is actually a deal. So let's look at that. So Property Filter has actually, this past year, made it even easier for people to make that migration from where you are now, going to Rightmove, Zoopla, etc., and then moving into Property Filter. So, for example, you can take a Rightmove link, and once you have that, you can just put that into the smart search. And when I say smart search, I mean it's a super duper smart search because it does so many unbelievable things. So imagine this, it literally goes and then finds the property in Property Filter. Okay, how cool is that? And then just like that, you have the hidden story, the background data about this place, so that we know that they originally wanted to buy this place, sell this place for 102 in November, and they've lowered the price quite a few times. And we know, based on the color-coded system here, that no one has put in an offer that has been accepted. So in other words, it's just sat there, and no one knows really what's going on. And, it's literally just a bit of gold sitting available, waiting for someone to come along. And get this, guys, I'm not joking. People laugh at me in the group sessions I run because I find deals in 30 seconds. So this place is on the market for 90,000, which is 54% less than the average asking price for properties in the area, which is factually 203 to 204,000 pounds, right? And that's across all of the data, across the whole market. 268 three-bed semis have been compared in the NE23 postcode district to arrive at this. And look at the yield. When's the last time that you've managed to achieve a 13.83% yield from a single deal? And it just makes it all so easy because just like that, you've got all the background hidden data, and Property Filter does that for you. So you can imagine why the people who are using Property Filter are using Property Filter. And, personally, I almost never use Rightmove at this point because why would you, right? And can you see how easy it is to know the truth about a deal in seconds? So literally that quickly. We found it, we've analyzed it in seconds. So ultimately, once you know, and you're an insider with us, you're just going to want to stop guessing. You're going to want to stop missing out on all the real deals. And really, this is a big one. You're going to want to stop buying deals that just don't make any money, because obviously that's going to waste time. You can get to the truth in seconds, not hours, by unlocking these cheat codes. And for example, Tammy Hart. So she's a client. She's also, kind of done very well with all of her deals. Award winner. She made $82K on her first flip that she found on Property Filter. Cheat code number 3. How to have your phone buzzing with direct-to-vendor calls daily. So in other words, how can you get the vendors calling you? So let's go have a look. So believe it or not, Property Filter has cracked one of the biggest things in property that is a big waste of time and money, because a lot of people have believed mistakenly that when they send out big mail drops to thousands of people, that they're sending direct to vendor letters. But what they're actually doing is they're sending direct to owner letters. And Property Filter, first of all, it helps you to qualify, is this a good deal? Does it stack for you? Is it going to really work for your outcome? And if you can imagine this, so let's say you're on holiday, you find this deal, you're sitting on the beach, and then you think, oh, you'd love to reach the vendor directly, right? Because in a case like this, we have in Property Filter the full address of the property, and we also know that the owner is living there. It's quite intense, isn't it? Just the level of information that we have. So you're sat on holiday, you've just ordered your second course, you think, I'd love to reach out to this vendor directly, but there's a problem. I'm away and I can't while I'm away. So if you were to then click send letter, you're going to set up a campaign in advance. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this. But let's say it's my free houses campaign that I've already set up. I hit save. And now this vendor is going to receive a series of 4 letters from me, from the beach in Rio. Let's say I'm sat in Copacabana and I'm sending letters to this vendor in the UK automatically without me having to go to the post office, no printing, no stuffing envelopes, no changing print cartridges, all automatic. So how does it work? So if you click on the Send Letters tab on the left, basically what you're doing is you're designing your letters. Okay, so you are going to add a new batch design. And we know that with this particular place, they've had no serious offers, but the price has been reduced a few times, right? So that's our template that we're using. And then when you scroll down, you have your series of 4 letters, and they are pre-formatted. The content, though, you can fully customize. It pulls in the address of the property. It also gives the your phone number and email address, and that's how they're actually contacting you directly. And what's beautiful about this is that it's AI generated so that the letters naturally make sense when you receive them in a sequence. And so the language changes each time. So once you design the letter that you're happy with, so let's say, for example, that I'm going to then just name this price reduced VPE and then hit save. So now the letter has been created, all 4 of them. Then I just need to set this up in a campaign. So I'm going to create a new campaign and just call it VPE 2026 free houses, and then hit save. And now all I literally have to do is connect the dots, connect the letters that I've set up with this particular campaign, right? So it's literally that easy, and then hit save. And so just like that, I'm now able to add properties to that campaign and automate sending them letters from me from the beach. Okay, fully automated. And obviously we give lots of support to help make sure that you really get the most out of all of this as well. And in terms of, let's say, what this all really means, can you see how easy it is to actually do direct to vendor deals with Property Filter? Rather than just sending a blanket of letters out to random people who may or may not even be selling their properties, Property Filter helps you to qualify the good people to send letters to who are waiting for letters from someone. And when they get those letters, they are going to then get in contact. So what you're really going to obviously want to do is to stop wasting your money on marketing that doesn't work. And you'll want to really maximize your returns and get 10 times the actual leads from what you do spend, so that everything is really maximized. You're maximizing your money, you're maximizing your time, and the cost of actually getting these direct to vendor leads is going to be divided by 10 at least. Okay, so just to put it all in perspective, you can literally 50x your letter response rate. And some of our highest performing clients with this are getting 60% of the vendors that they're sending letters to getting in touch with them, and them actually being able to consider whether they want to do a deal with this volume of people. So, that is, let's say, why people are so successful with Property Filter. So ultimately, you therefore get the phone ringing with vendors who actually want to do a deal with you. Dion. So Dion is a great guy. He's been a member of Property Filter since he actually went to Simon's strategy implementation live. And the joke behind the scenes is one of these days he's actually going to finally do Mastermind Accelerator, because obviously it's that thing of getting ahead. But even having not done it so far, he's managed to get 14 deals over the line that he's found on Property Filter on 100 letters sent. Just to put that in perspective, 14 deals. So if you ever find yourself scrolling through Rightmove again, you are wasting your time. And now obviously, you can't go back, right? Which is why I personally don't use Rightmove, Zoopla, etc., because it's just such a massive waste of time. So we're actually going to give everyone who's attending today a free trial of Property Filter. So the link is going into the chat. And so you've got time to just see for yourself, without paying even £1, just how powerful it is. And, we look forward to helping you. And I'm the person who, on the receiving end of Property Filter, will help you in group sessions that we host throughout the week. So make sure to book yourself in so that we can really walk you through step by step how to do everything that you're going to want to do. And now that you've got Property Filter, so do go ahead and click that link, and go ahead and get started on a free trial. There's no commitment. It's a month-to-month service, or if you want to save money, you can go yearly. So with Property Filter, you will find all the motivated sellers. You'll know that a deal is actually a deal. You'll do more deals in less time and for less money. And a key thing, you'll be able to dominate your patch because you'll know all the best deals ahead of people who don't have Property Filter. Okay, so that's one of the magic things. It's a bit like playing a video game, except you have the cheat codes, right? So it's like playing the lottery. You've got the cheat codes. You know which ones are the lottery ahead of actually playing. So to help people change their lives, Property Filter, really behind the scenes, we know that the quickest way we can get you to your next deal the longer you're going to stay with Property Filter. So we really believe in very much a win-win with everyone using Property Filter. We're all one big family. Our members love us. We love them. That's why beyond the software, you can start 2026, if you like, with a deal agreed 30% below market value. We're running something very special for you. Okay, so we actually want to invest in your success as well. We have this year the New Year Deal Sprint Challenge. So Guillaume is running the New Year Deal Sprint Challenge this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 12 p.m. This is to really help you kick off 2026 and make sure that you actually meet your property goals this year, not next year. So it's 1 hour each day. If you scan the QR code, all the information to join will be there. What we'll cover includes all the strategies that are working right now, a step-by-step guide on how to walk away with the top 10 deals worth viewing in your area, the complete system. And it's a perfect system really for managing to find all the deals, templates to really maximize everything you need to be successful so that you have everything to make 30K or more on your next deal within the next 90 days. Registration is completely free and you can attend the 3 main sessions for free. Secure your place quickly as there are already 1,500 people registered from our community, but as a special offer to all of you, we'd like to invite you to join free. So do go ahead and scan the QR code to join the challenge and secure your place. After you register, you'll also have the opportunity to upgrade to VIP. And if you do it today, using the link that you will see going into the chat, you can get VIP at a 70% discount and get lifetime recordings. So in other words, recordings of everything that we're doing in the 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. An extra 3 implementation sessions with Guillaume, our founder, and Guillaume is known for over-delivering. VIP WhatsApp groups, which it's already buzzing with people doing deals, and honestly, it'll be the best £29 investment in your life this year. So that's really all I have prepared for you. Thank you for your time, and now let's answer as many questions as possible. Thanks everybody for your attention. And, I and all the team at Property Filter are really looking forward to seeing you at the challenge on Tuesday and guiding you towards making your next 30K in property in the next 3 months.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rhett. So firstly, someone has questioned, do they need to be a licensed deal sourcer to attend the challenge?
Not at all. So anyone can attend, and it's for either sourcers or budding entrepreneurs or very seasoned people, because it's really about fast-tracking results for this year.
Amazing. And John has asked if the challenge covers the entire of the UK.
The challenge entires the entire country, and also will be relevant for people doing any strategy anywhere throughout the whole country.
Perfect. So we do have a couple of questions about Property Filter itself. One is that does it work for Northern Ireland?
You can find a lot of opportunities in Northern Ireland. Depending on the region, you have different functionality available, but I'd say join one of the group sessions with me and we'll walk through what's available for Northern Ireland.
Amazing. Thank you. Great answer. Is Property Filter only for already built properties? Can you use it to find land?
Absolutely. So you can find land, and most importantly, Property Filter is a gold mine tool for then also not only finding the land, but then analyzing what the potential GDV of the land might be, because you'll be able to find out how many houses, for example, you might be able to build on the land versus how much those houses might be worth. So it fast tracks really seeing not only your cost if you're trying to run numbers, but also to even assess general demand. So that's the kind of thing that we walk through in the group sessions I run.
Perfect. And one from Samantha. How does the letters work via the property filter site? How much does it cost? How do they know where they live? What is the process behind that?
Yeah, sure. So Property Filter, first of all, has the majority of addresses for properties throughout the entire UK, right? So with that example that we just saw, you have the address on the one hand, and then we also know that the vendor lives at the address, right? So you have a way of then reaching the vendor directly. And the way that it works is that the letters themselves, including everything, cost 99 pence plus VAT per letter sent. So if you're doing a series of 4 letters, it would then be just over, say, £4 or £5, including the VAT, to then have that campaign go out to the vendor directly.
Amazing. And this is a great one from Nick. I think Nick's going to like the answer to this one. What strategies are available to use Property Filter for?
It's a special one called everything. So basically everything from HMOs, blocks of flats, title splitting, land, short leases, 1 to 2 bed flat conversions, you name it, Property Filter does it.
Yeah, I have used Property Filter myself, and there are many, many different options there. Someone has put in there that they are not sure on the cost and whether it's worth it. So could you just go into the cost versus value aspect of Property Filter again? Because obviously what you pay for it is significantly less than what you can make from it.
Yeah, sure. So it really comes down to one quintessential assessment that you have to do on a personal level, and that is to value your time. So in other words, let's say, for example, you spend the next month or 2 or 12 scrolling on Rightmove, Zoopla, etc., then obviously not only have you not made money from property as quickly or as much as you could, but then secondly, you have literally just wasted that time. So Property Filter itself is either £99 a month plus VAT. If you're doing it monthly, no subscription commitment. But if you want to save money, then going yearly is what a lot of the people like myself do. Because for $9.99 a year, you basically get 2 months free, and then you've got the ability to have unlimited deals. And that was the thing that drew me in personally, because I thought, I was paying sourcers £5,000 per deal, and these guys are offering me software that gives me unlimited deals for £1,200 plus VAT. So that's, literally how I came to Property Filter. So, ultimately you can decide for yourself, but I would encourage everyone to try it, because then you're going to see why it's such a game changer. One deal, you've made your profit back. And if you're a sourcer or you're interested in sourcing, we even have a partner that will sell deals that you find for you to their network of investors. So in other words, you find a deal and then pay for Property Filter, make a profit, and then everything else you do is profit.
Amazing, great answer, Rhett. And someone has asked if this is for commercial as well as residential.
Absolutely. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll just show you even that I have some lead generators that, include, for example, one specifically for commercial to resi in London, right? So title splitting, flips. It makes it as easy as going to the supermarket and just going to the commercial aisle. You can literally find commercial shops with uppers, offices that easily, but most importantly, you can analyze in seconds whether they are deals that would stack.
Amazing. And we've got time for a couple more questions, guys. Grace has asked if there's a function on Property Filter that allows you to analyse off-market deals that have never been listed online. So maybe a little bit on the deal stacking templates that are there.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, I forgot to show you guys something. So there's so many things with Property Filter that it's what do you actually focus on? But on the off-market front, so in the motivated seller banner over here on the right under removed, just below that you have a button withdrawn within the last 30 days, and this is basically an off-market button. So in other words, these are off-market deals in Property Filter that you can find, and you even can add off-market deals from other sources as well into Property Filter and then join them together. But in other words, this place, hot off the presses, was taken away from the agent that was representing it 2 days ago. And we know that we have the full address of this property, so you have a way of reaching the vendor directly, even though it's off market. And by the way, from the beach in Spain, while you're sat there on holiday. So that easily.
Amazing. And for those people who have found off-market deals already, maybe via leaflets or a different method, is there a way to analyse the market data for that?
Absolutely. So let's say, for example, if you were to put in the postcode of a property that is off market, right? So Property Filter literally has a map of every single property throughout the UK. And so let's say, for example, this place, it's not actually available on the market. So you have the option over here to add the property to your pipeline as an off-market property, which then creates a card for it. And then the big advantage of that is once you have that card created, just like this, it now exists in Property Filter, and you're able to access all the same tools. You'll know then what was paid for it, $260, and at the moment that same property would be worth, say, £355,000 on average. So that quickly you can then manage to find information about off-market deals.
Amazing. It is an incredible piece of software. Just one final thing about the offer that you've got. Is it going to be recorded for those who maybe can't attend all 3 days?
Yeah, great question. So absolutely, it's going to be recorded. And for anyone who does the VIP, you get the recordings. So for the extra £29 plus VAT, then you'll be able to have the recordings of the 3 sessions as well. So that would be a way to handle that. And just for anyone who doesn't have the QR code and hasn't managed to get that, then you can just scan that there.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rhett. That is all we have got time for today. But Property Filter do hold many, many webinars and Zoom calls if you go ahead with their free trial. So please go ahead and do that and take advantage of the offer, because honestly, if you understand how Property Filter works, you can completely transform your year with just this tool alone. Thank you so much, Rhett.
My pleasure. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy.
Have a great weekend. So, guys,